outperforming the competition, winning the customer experience. It
can't be just another regular meeting. This must be a place by your choice, not by what I say, by your choice to escalate you far beyond. Because there's going to be coming new adversity. Could you imagine, had you not said that? Could you imagine, had you not go through that difficulty? Could you imagine if you weren't in the middle of it right now? Know that Playmakers reach other people and crush it. You are the only voice of courage and confidence and belief and example and character. You couldn't be sitting in those seats if you didn't have those qualities, because we're going to leave out of here, and guess what all of us are going to do? We're going to go right in the middle of the deal heat again. And we're going to have situations that we face we've never seen before. Commitment, dedication, effort, resilience, passion, purpose, focus, energy, excellence, and constantly raising the bar.
I've known the Holloway family for over 30 years. Kay and Wendell Holloway have raised their children to be leaders among their peers and contributors to their community. It is no surprise to me that Brian, Karen, and Jonathan have all become very, very successful in life. Brian comes from good stock, and I know he's trying to pass the lessons of that stock on.
Well, I first met Brian Holloway when his grandfather, Bill Trent, his grandmother, Vi Trent, brought him to the White House years ago. He's a good man. I can speak for his character. I've watched him give of himself to his community, and certainly to the NFL, where he played with such honor and distinction. And so put me down, and Barbara too, as those who would recommend Brian Holloway. We're proud to be a little part of his resume.
I think of the great competitors that I've met in my life. Brian Holloway is certainly at the top of the list. He's an individual that has not only come from very modest background, but and risen to the top echelons of the great University of Stanford, but gone on to play pro football as an unprecedented lineman for the New England Patriots, and more importantly to me, a close friend of mine and other members of my family.
Hi, my name's Eric Dante. I'm Director of Business Intelligence and Bids and Contracts at Apple. Brian, thanks for another incredible day. Really blew the lid off for the team today. We talked about accountability, about taking responsibility for making the team better, and about everybody working together to make the environment the best it can be. Every time we work together, and we've been working for 14 years together, it gets better every time. Love the work you're doing. Appreciate you being here. Thanks.
If corporations are going to be competitive in the year 2000, the word will be teamwork, not nifty strategy, not great acquisition policy. And I'm happy to endorse Brian as one of the few people that I know that can really bring those changes about in attitude that exist in today's company.
Brian Holloway is one of the most dynamic, inspirational people I have known in football. I coached him at Stanford University, where he was team captain, All-American, a great leader, great performer. Then as an all-pro professional, he was a team leader, a team captain. He's dynamic, he's expressive, he can communicate. He's inspirational. I think he'd do a beautiful job in seminars, in corporate meetings, to work on the dynamics of being successful and sustaining it.
I know a lot about big organizations and what they need. I ran a big organization called the State of New York, and Brian Holloway was part of the team that helped me run it.
I've known Brian Holloway and his family for almost 20 years, and I can't think of many professional football players, if any, have the ability to walk into a crowd, walk into a sales management meeting, walk into a group of people concerned about the community or a business or our country, and more quickly identify with their concerns and aspirations and dreams and hopes.
Hi, my name is Dee Murray. I'm a contracts negotiator with Apple. I sat through a session today with Brian. It was amazing. I learned to not be afraid to have the hard conversations, to look inward, and it's going to help me with my career, and it's going to help my team. I believe that.
Like Brian Holloway. We just had a blast for 2 hours. He He challenged us. He made us find the nuggets in what he was saying. And I'm telling you what, I can't wait to go out there and deal with my clients right now. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Paul Jaffe with Many Promotions. Just spent 2 engaging hours with Brian Holloway. Got to say, I found him to be one of the most engaging, impelling, and intellectual sales and marketing minds who happen to play football.
Hi, my name's Deb Oberly and I'm with Microsoft, and I really enjoyed Brian's presentation today and learned about how to really leverage your organization and also get that secret society virus, get that out of your organization so you can really get the teamwork and fly together and get some great results.
Hope is not a pathway. We've got to create the solutions and the strength and the confidence, and that's what we're going to stand upon. What's exciting about this, you are the right people for our country to lean on right now.
Hi, I'm Sally McCollum, PhD. I'm a clinical psychologist. I have degrees from Harvard, from the University of Oregon, from the California School of Professional Psychology in Los Angeles. And I've just spent an exciting day here today with Brian Holloway and several other brilliant people from various fields having to do with health and the mind, body, and spirit. I want to invite everyone else that has an opportunity to join Brian in this kind of networking. It's been very exciting, and I hope you can take advantage of it too.
Okay, I'm George Mohatchee, President and Chief Executive Officer of Foresters. Brian talked to us today. He did a great job talking about how to build the leadership team. Talked about the playmakers and how important they are, but also talked about how to deal with folks who are underachievers and folks who are not team players. And I personally got a lot out of that, and Brian, you did a great job. Thank you very much.
They believe in the numbers, and they're supported by the facts, and they have the ability to marshal the resources and communicate with people all around them. They have the ability to almost look into the future. They can sit there and make calls, studying the numbers. They are the anchor, their stability, they're the strength, they are the certainty. They have a way about them that lets you know.
I'm Steve Burson, a corporate and securities lawyer at Nelson Mullins here in Atlanta. My background is in working with startup companies and public companies in the technology space. I'm working with Brian Holloway on a digital company. Did a tremendous job as a motivational speaker. I was very surprised to see how quickly he could motivate everybody in the crowd to get involved in the topic, and with a great sense of humor.
And underneath your job description, if you peel it back, besides servant leader, besides dedicated, besides obsessive and compulsive to make things right, which you better have, besides the fact that you stay late, you work weekends, you come in early, underneath the job description, there it is. It says you make the impossible happen. Standing on your commitment and character to say, I promise, with my product and my service and my delivery and the experience, I promise we will be the first to win.